Battlefield of Eternity, we're back with the RavenCourt. So another Thursday, and once again we're jumping into the in-house league. Again, the RavenCourt in-house environment just pretty much tries to put players together in fairly even lobbies, so kind of replacing Storm League a little bit, just creating better matches than that. And also in this particular environment, everything leads towards the tournament where we're going to have a captain's draft. So players that are participating in the in-house league here, they get their MMR points, they get ranked, they have to get a certain number of wins, and then they can funnel straight into the tournament that we're working towards to. If you guys want to have more information about the RavenCourt, you can check out the link in the description. There's also a leaderboard there that you can have a look at. So we have live games currently on Thursdays and Sundays, and obviously if you watch any of these games you already know that I usually try to also in between cast some of the games that I wasn't able to catch live via replays, because usually what happens is that we have 3 to 4 games running at the same time. But yeah, there's all kinds of interesting statistics on the website if you want to have a look. Also hero usage and other stuff. But now that we're heading into Battlefield of Eternity, so we're going to get a bit of an idea of who's going to lead the charge today. Yeah, Ultralisk is playing. He's still ranked #1 in the standings. Still doing pretty well. And obviously, if you looked at the player list, we also have Mopsio. I talked about him, I believe, the last playday a little bit, because he literally came into Twitch and was just like, this is looking interesting. Maybe I should install heroes again. And well, he did. So he installed the game again, played a couple of warm-up games and checked them out, and then immediately jumped into the RavenCourt lobbies. And I believe was already part of 1 or 2 lobbies at the time. And he's now playing today too. So it's going to be an interesting day. Ultralisk with the early Liming pick on Battlefield of Eternity. Obviously trying to jump in here with some resets, as Hogga started up for the red team, so they came in early here with him. Limu, I mean, depends a bit on what kind of strategy they're trying to play here, but oftentimes, of course, you associate Tracer with him. But that's more a hero when you want to dominate the team fights and doesn't really help you with the objective on Battlefield of Eternity. So in this case, we get Genji from him, another one that he's very strong with. But no Anduin synergy here, instead Brightwing, who's obviously an absolute staple right now in the meta. So yeah, Brightwing has been picked. No Light Bomb. But with Genji, he can definitely start hunting Ultralisk a little bit. So I guess we're going to see the two go toe-to-toe together. We've had last time already so many cool one-on-ones and some incredible comeback. That seems to be a bit the trend, honestly. We have so many back and forths now in these RavenCourt games. It's really enjoyable. Murden gets banned out, so they're really both targeting main tanks at this point in time. And Nubarak is out. We have Blaze, Diablo, Murden all gone. Blaze obviously more so a side laner, but still the hit point heavy side laners are eliminated. And it's also pretty apparent what we're most likely gonna get. Ooh, Sylvana's also banned, okay. Which leaves Hanzo up. So Hanzo is actually still a choice. He could still be picked here to chunk down the Immortal. Okay. When it comes to tanks, we still have Jojo up, we have Garrosh up. Lots of options. But some of the stun heroes and some of the ones that are just going to ping-pong you around in all of the team fights are gone. I mean, technically, since it's Battlefield, you could also mention ETC, but I highly doubt that we're going to get him here. Normally, I would expect something that is a bit more hit point heavy, and Johanna obviously fits that bill. So it seems like Mopsio is going to take over on that end, with Sonya claimed for the side lane. So she's going to go up against Hogga up at the top, always assuming we're not going to get the traditional 1-4 split here. The only thing that would have been a bit interesting is to see if maybe one of the teams decides to go into something like Zarya, but with the draft shaping up as it does, I don't really think that's going to become a thing. If this was a Lauba game, then you already know we would see Garrosh and Zarya together, but there's Garrosh and we get Hanzo. So the Shimada brothers are united for the red team. We have Genji hunting down the damage dealers, going for Li Ming and maybe Rega, and Hanzo trying to take the Immortal down. Leaves us with the final pick for the blue team. Get a bit of an idea of what they are trying to do. They obviously need some damage as well. Li Ming alone is not going to cut it for them here. They need someone else to help her out, ideally also with the objective. Can of course always slam around with Sonya, but the final choice, it is Chromie. That sets the stage, and with that, let's jump in. Battlefield of Eternity, our first match of the day. Prepare yourselves for battle. On the left in blue, Khaldor on Rega. We got Mopsy on Johanna. Philadelphia on Sony. Every single time that I see Philadelphia, I think about cheese. Do you know, like that cheese that spread cheese that you put on, like, I think it's cheese. It might be something else, but there were like advertisements like throughout all my childhood in Germany. So every single time I see Philadelphia, I'm just remembered of that. Like, I would never really name myself. That is absolutely insane. So we got Zero and on Chromie, and we got Ultralisk on Li Ming. On the right side, we now got Limo on Genji, we got Captain Rex for the red team on Brightwing, Johan on Hogga, Play on Garrosh, and Ayette is playing, I believe, Hanzo. Yes, with the Pleb Horse. Yeah. Alright, the Philadelphia cream cheese. They're not cheesing too much here. I would actually not mind some cheese strategies in the RavenCourt in-house matches. That would be kind of funny. And now that I pointed out that Philadelphia is like a cheese and like a cream cheese, all of a sudden everybody is talking about bagels, which immediately reminds me of the HGC days, because back in the day, what Tim and I used to do when we went to the HGC studio, we would always stop by one of the bagel stores that was on the way and got ourselves some absolutely amazing bagels, got ourselves a coffee, and then we spent the first hour at the studio just going over data, statistics, writing things down for the day and having our breakfast. And I kind of missed that, and now I'm hungry, so I don't know. This is game number 1, we're already starting with this. I'm already having a craving here. Just one of those days, I guess. Now it's a 4 versus 3 at the bottom of the map. The blue team gets therefore a very easy pick on the camp. Up at the top with Hogga and Genji, the red team will now go take their own and get even. Ultralisk still trying to get some combos through, hoping for a lucky hit here, of course, too, and poking away at the structures, slowly taking them down a notch. And yeah, we already have Hanzo moving into the way, trying to soak some of the damage up. But this is a lot of damage that has been done down here. Ultralisk comes in again. Bye-bye tower number 1. Sidewall is also destroyed. And that is a great start for them. Did a lot of damage and will probably continue to do a bit more. Haven't gotten a kill yet, but opening that bot lane wall up helps them a lot. And of course, it's also the lane where their camp travels through later. And they're taking it fairly early here. Damn. They're still 20 seconds away from the objective even being announced, and they are already taking this. So, interesting. On the right side, we got Johan on Hogga. It's still a bit wild to me to see Johan on the side lane, and we've been talking about this already in previous games. So he's pretty much playing a side laner right now. Now, the one thing that I have to highlight here is that the bot in the RavenCourt also tries to create games where everybody can play their main role. So players that sign up for these in-house games, they list their preferred role, and the bot usually tries to accommodate them as best as possible. Now, obviously, there is variation. Sometimes you don't have enough side laners sign up, then one of the tanks might take over. But generally speaking, that in and of itself already makes it a much better matchmaking than what you would see in Storm League, for example. That you don't have too many role swaps. Now, they still happen, and somebody might be forced into one, but it happens a lot less than it does in other situations. So that makes these games pretty enjoyable. Now, the bottom of the map, I've been talking about it. We now have the camp, and thanks to this wall being destroyed very early because of Ultralisk, who just died, we're now having pressure on the fort, which might sound a bit weird, but despite the fact that there's a teamfight happening, is actually the more important thing on the map that's currently going on, because this could damage their structure. And if the blue team can manage to just slow them down a bit and prevent them from going to defend the bot lane immediately, then this is already going to be a bit of a victory. And this is a ton of damage. I mean, this is a lot of damage on the fort this early without the objective even participating in it whatsoever. So even if the red team wins the objective now, it would mean that they might do less damage than the blue team has already done, which is bonkers. And now, red team, they claim the Immortal, so the first one goes to them. But the question will still remain, can they do the same amount of damage? And that is honestly not a given. If they can get a kill here, and they do, nice! And their chances will definitely rise. So well played. Sonya is down. Yeah, and the counter kill. No, the second kill. Rega gets also murdered. That's a pretty good start to make sure that they're gonna get value here. Now the shield on the Immortal was very low to begin with, but damn, look at Limu coming in again and taking Chromie down. Well done. Chromie gone, that's the triple, 4 kills in total, and now they have a level lead at level 7. That escalated quickly. Limu is currently ripping them a new one. I mean, damn son. They're starting to gain real momentum here, and the initial play, I liked it a lot from the blue team. I really loved the way that they dominated at the bot lane. I thought going for the 2-3 split did not pay off for the red team at all, but now they're just turning this around with kill after kill. Play setting them up, but he's now in trouble. Might fall, but they're turning it on Mopsio, and he needs to be... Yeah. Gets Hanzo'd, Genji comes in, it's some brotherly love that the two are sharing, and they're coming through with a kill, going full tag team on Mopsio, and now we have 5 kills to 0. Yeah, that is starting to look a bit difficult. Now, the fort up at the top, again, it has not been destroyed, so this is what I pointed out earlier. But what worries me more than the structures... Ah, nice dodge, but I think he's still gonna die here. Limu jumps in. Oh, Ultralisk! And he gets a heal! He's alive! Juked Limu. Ultralisk is still alive. That's insane. But again, what worries me a lot more than the structural damage and Ultralisk escaping is the fact that we have more than a level advantage now for the red team. That is a bit bananas, to tell you the truth. They're so far ahead in experience, it is bonkers. Now, the next objective gets announced, and you can already see where this is headed. We are going to run into a situation where the red team has level 10, and the blue team is miles away from it. So, that's rough. That's very rough. Once the rogue abilities are in for both teams, the situation could change with nice setups from Johanna in particular. Chromie could do a lot of damage, and obviously she already has access to her temporal loop. But now we have the Shockwave, we have the Arrow, X-Strike, we have all the tools that the red team needs to maybe even invade the camp here. And they see exactly what's going on, so they're trying to zone them away from it while also attacking the Immortal. Plays a bit low, but he gets the assistance from Brightwing. Do they push into the camp? Doesn't seem like they're willing to do that, despite the fact that they're running a level 10 advantage. There's the arrow, here's the move, Shockwave is out, camp is already taken, Brightwing is dead. They get 2 kills against the red team. The fuck? What just happened? The team with heroic abilities just lost 2. Sonya going slam bam on them, and now there's the 3rd kill. It's a triple, baby. We don't even get Blessed Shield. We have Leap and we have the Falling Sword, which should still be called the Falling Flail because she doesn't have a sword. Sonya never had one. It's not a sword. Like, it's a flail. It's not even a mace. So yeah, the Falling Flail is in, but damn. Like, what? All of a sudden experience is even. Which is kind of bonkers. Nicely done. And of course, the objective is now on the line. Self-Ancestral. Oh, and Mopsio jumping out too. So using his ult as an escape button. I'm just waiting for Sonya to go for an engage. Chromie! Oh, she's trying to waddle away here, but it's not working. The Chromester is gone, and it looks like Rhaegar also went a bit too deep in an attempt to save her. So the red team apparently angry. I mean, they're clearly not happy with how that fight went, so they are now coming through, getting a double kill, pulling ahead in kills again, and now establishing a dominant position in the middle that should result in them claiming a 2nd Immortal, and that's exactly what they do. The Shimada brothers, they're at it, they take the Immortal down, and now they can push through the bottom of the map and very likely take the fort down. Much better position for them to do this right now, at least. But yeah, so... Well, up at the top, we now have a bit of damage done through the waves. But Hoga is already on the way. That means that the bottom push is going to be a 4-man push. 5-man defense. And here comes Mopsio. Mopsio is coming in from the side. Sonya still has a leap available. They're jumping in. Oh! And the save on Trashwing. Brightwing is alive and Ultralisk is dead. Limu was immediately on him, took him down. Well done. So this entire flank attempt did backfire. But Limu gets also killed. Nice connect here from Garrosh, but this fort will fall one way or another. They can't save it anymore. The idea was a good one, of course. Flank in, get a quick kill, take Brightwing down, and just steals the sustain away from them. But no chance. Didn't happen. Each team lost one of their heroes, and we have level 13. And to make matters worse, up at the top lane, Hogga has destroyed the second fort. So they were able to take both of them out. Sonya still down at the bottom of the map. Mr. Cream Cheese here with a spin to win for now. 24,000 damage, by the way, for Li Ming. We got 31,000. There's again Mopsio. I still find this a bit of a weird choice to go into the Falling Flail, because normally we see that when the opponent plays, let's say, Ana. Sometimes even if you get Anduin or whatever, it doesn't really matter. But if you have anybody in your backline that you can apply a lot of pressure to, then that makes, of course, a lot of sense as an ult. In this case, who are you targeting? Brightwing can reposition quickly, so can Genji, so can Hanzo. So to get real value out of this is not all that easy unless you reach level 20. Whereas with the Blessed Shield, you would set Chromie up, so yeah. Here comes the hit, coming in again, and off we go. There's a couple of good things, obviously, around the around Sonya's ult, Jojo's ult as well, but I think they could have gotten more value out of simply going for Blessed Shield here. And well, there we go. Sonya is down, and they're trying to at least go for a kill on Genji. They can't though, and Genji gets out. All right, Genji gone. I mean, they still got a couple of comps that they can use here. But, yeah. Now, with all of that said and done, we now have up at the top, Johan still pushing through on the way on the left. Camp is claimed. Problem is still the same. They are level behind. At least this time it's not a talent disadvantage that that we're talking about. But then again, they are the ones, not the only ones that have camp now up, and Catapults are of course pushing only for the red teams. That already gives them an advantage. Mopsio again in some trouble here, trying to get away and gets barely out. Nope, he doesn't. Gets still killed. Even the arrow was there, so if Genji doesn't do it, then Hanzo will secure the kill. There's Sonya with the leap. Nice save on Hanzo. Garrosh paying attention, saving the day. Synergy was not quite there. Better coordination on the damage. They might have been having a chance to take that kill, but it wasn't the case. Now they're trying for Genji. Limu X-striking out, hoping for the cooldowns to come back. And there is the stun against Khaldor. At this point, they're just desperately chasing in and losing more players. It's 11 kills to 4 now. Things are definitely not looking good for them at this point. Up at the top, Gate has taken some damage. One of the towers is now going down to the bottom of the map. There's still the blue team with a bit of a push going on. It took one fort down, so that did something. I mean, again, at least a bit of a win, right? The problem is that they are at the same time losing the next objective again, and of course, what makes it worse is that level 16 that is now taken. So there it is. Level 16 is on the board. That gives them a big lead now too. We got the Reflect, and now the chance to just simply go for keep number 1. We've seen good comebacks in these RavenCourt games, but can the blue team pull one off? They need kills. They need a good Sonya connect. They need Ultralist to pop off a little bit, get some resets with Li Ming, and take some targets down. And currently, if they play their cards right, the red team should be able to avoid that from happening and at least claim the keep here. The problem is really the difference in experience and the lack in a level 16 talent. They can't fight on eye level, and that makes all of this incredibly risky. Immediately thrown away. First engage and immediately, get the hell out of here. Get the hell away from my backline. So the entire wall is gone. To be fair, the Immortal doesn't have a shield anymore, so that's already good defense work from the blue team. But the keep is still taking some damage at least. Hogga spinning around a bit. There's the arrow, connects with the back. He stuns out too. Play looking for a target, doesn't find one, but they save the keep. So the defense is not too shabby. Ultralisk is now also starting to chase and hopes to get a bit more. Dodges out on Garrosh's stun. But can he go for Garrosh? Comes a big taunt. Here comes Hogga. No arrow from Hanzo. He used it previously. And Jojo jumps in. And Sonya is dead. Sonya is gone. They try for Khaldor. That doesn't happen either. So they get their kill. Level 16 still not available for the blue team, and this might result in a bit more poke with the next wave. Yeah, bit of an idea here, just to see how the kill came to pass. They were really looking for it, but then of course Sonya, as you can see here, gets caught. She gets killed, and that's a 5 versus 4 that shuts down all of the aggression that existed at that point from the blue team side. They have their level 16 that allows them to fight on eye level for the next objective, most likely. It's still 2 levels away until we have level 20 for the red team, but they are losing ground here. Now, nominally, there's only 1 fort advantage for the red team up at the top. At the bottom, yes, this keep is low, but it hasn't been destroyed yet, so there's no way for them currently to capitalize on the damage they did. There won't be extra catapults that are spawning. Leap misses, the spear connects, but Philadelphia has to be a bit careful here. Yeah, another good hit from Ultralisk. He's still trying to go for the kill. There's the taunt into the arrow, but not good enough. And Garrosh goes down. They couldn't kill Ming, which was the intended target. And now Mopsio gets Hanzoed. Just as they're finally pulling ahead with the kill, Mopsio gets Hanzoed. He's down 13-5. Oh, but Hogger, wrong direction, baby. Tries with the stun, gets it through, but it's again a kill for a kill. Both the side laners are gone, but that is the moment where Ultralisk says, hey, I don't give a shit, I'll take you down, and he gets the additional kill. During all of this, big damage at the top, catapult, fired again. That guy is gonna lose his license. This is inexcusable. Those driving skills are fucking abysmal. But yeah, Hogger definitely spinning into the wrong direction here. But they got a counter kill. So first it was Sonya that fell, and then of course it is them aiming at Genji, taking him down to 7 kills to 14. It's actually kind of funny how it's going back and forth. The interesting part is still to me that while both keeps have been damaged on the blue team side, they haven't lost one yet. And they are about to take the first objective for themselves in this game. Ultralisk, of course, now really pulling through for them. Nice damage from him in the last fight in particular. That combo against Genji with the ult was fairly nice. And this is a big immortal for the blue team now. Really big immortal. Now, somebody needs to de-push this, and needs to de-push it quickly, because if not, then this keep falls. Ah, that counts. Talking about de-pushing quickly. We can live with that, I think. Gives still a bit of time to the red team to stop the push at the top. I mean, essentially what they're trying to do here is just slow the entire thing down. For the blue team, it's a bit risky because level 20 is so close. They're hoping to get an isolated kill at the side here, which hasn't happened. But yeah, the Immortal is not going to do as much damage as they hope. The best they can hope for here is to get the fort. Anything else is completely crazy. Yeah, Indomitable being used by Garrosh to get out. Fort is taken, and that's all that they're going to get here. They're not going to get more. There's level 20 any second now. Still a level lead for the red team. And now that they have their Storm talents, they, of course, are going to reign supreme for a bit longer here. Cooldown reduction with the living weapon. And now also got the power spike. And in addition to that, Brightwing with the invisible friends. But yeah, blue team is already starting to fall back a little bit. Don't want to get caught. Took the camp. Again, not too bad. Now they just have to wait, get some experience, and work through that. And ensure that they can fight with an even talent. For the red team, the ideal situation would now be to siege up and try and take one of these keeps down before the opponent draws even with you. Because once it's level 20, if both of the keeps are still in play, then all of a sudden the situation is fairly identical here. So the entire advantage that we had for the red team from start to finish would completely evaporate. Nice hits are now happening, but again, they need to take that keep down if they really want to have an advantage and continue with that. And so far they're doing well here. It's always continuous pokes. They just have to make sure that nobody's jumping in too deep, especially keep clear of Sonya and also a little bit of Chromie, so everybody has to have their abilities there, with not only Li Ming but also Chromie firing away. There's the leap, and they try for the kill. Arrow against Chromie, and Johan gets out. Garrosh is deep though, real deep here, trying his best. Still alive. There's the stun. Well placed. They're trying to get the kill. They cannot quite claim it. But the blue team is achieving their goal. They're saving the keep. They would have loved to get a kill, but they couldn't. But really nicely played here. That double mage combo is of course very cooldown dependent, what we're seeing from the blue team. But once that you are unleashing that damage on a single target, you can really blast the Kingdom Come within half a second. So as is, Genji could rush in here and take this. And at some point, I honestly think he should. Because now both teams are on level 20. And now they're even on the map. Unless one of those keeps gets finally destroyed. And the opportunity will be there, for Genji at least. They're also trying to get the kill now. But here comes the jump out by Jojo. A bit of cooldown reduction, but Mopsio, not like this. Mopsio gets caught, they're getting a kill, they want more, they're getting greedy, and they get more. That's the end of Sonya. Li Ming dies, no counter kill, and Chromie, she might still escape here, but I don't really think so. Nope, the resets are coming, Genji gets the kill, they can go for the keep, and they take it down too. Well played, and of course now the core is open. They can come in here, get the kill, but big team fight for them. Taking down Joanna the way that they did was huge, and now there's the chance to end their game. Well done! Great job by the red team. Ultralisk losing his first game today, and also not the best start for Mopsio into the day. 70,000 damage for Genji. We got 60,000 for Ultralisk, and that is 18 kills to 7 as the red team takes Battlefield of Eternity.
Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV.
Infernal Shrines, we got another map at the RavenCourt, and once again, interesting players. Look who showed up all of a sudden. We got Masquerade here. I believe this is, for this season of the RavenCourt, the first time that he plays. Obviously, he also wants to be eligible for the Captain's Tournament, the Captain's Draft Tournament that will happen at the end of this in-house league season. And therefore he's currently participating here for the blue team. So we'll see what he can do. Playing with Q actually. Also, once again, done before, but I want to give the shout out again to the American players, to all the North American players that are currently playing on the European server. That was usually something that only the Europeans did, but lately we've seen a few more Americans doing the same thing. Big kudos to that. They obviously pay therefore with a bit of a ping disadvantage. And yeah. By the way, I have absolutely zero respect for people that are trying to belittle that and are saying like, oh yeah, it's not that bad. I still can remember a time when we had multiple servers in North America, and pretty much in HGC NA, every single NA team was bitching and crying and whining when they had to play on a server that wasn't theirs in North America, saying the games are unwinnable. Like, that was the crybaby stuff that we got in the times of HGC. It was absolutely ridiculous. So if these guys got away with that, and that was a big deal, then playing cross-region the way that these boys are doing right now should definitely be honored. The same way when Europeans play on the NA server and tournaments over there. But yeah, just as a little bit of a side tangent. So with that now said and done, we got Lucio as our first pick. So he makes it through on Infernal Shrines. We got Jojo banned, we got Hogger banned. Diablo cannot ping pong people around with all of those stun debris that he could go for. And Masquerade with an early Sylvanas pick. Could see him, of course, in a little bit of an off-roll here. I'm actually very curious to see what exactly he can pull off. It's kind of funny to see Masquerade now, and it's a strong team that they're running. They got Drak here, they got Cure, then himself, of course. We have a few more players just in general signing up for these games lately, which is also very cool. And the bot is, by the way, continuously being worked on to try and make things a bit better, more interesting. And one of the things that they improved just lately is they're trying to make it so that the players are getting mixed through a little bit more. But yeah, it's actually awesome. So Wit is pretty much designing the entire bot and doing that. You might have seen him as a player a couple of times too, but he's doing an absolutely phenomenal job with all of this, and so a big shout out to him. The man doesn't get enough praise there and just works in the shadows, but he is doing a great job, reacts quickly to feedback, and is adding a lot of features there too. And Soaking for organizing all of this here as well, but lion's share definitely on Wit's side. So yeah, pretty big, honestly, pretty big. Now, we get bans again, and well, in this case, Mephisto gets banned out. We have Genji and Leoric. Yeah, nobody wants to go up against Sergeant Hammer here either. There's no Ultralisk on the other side, but still, get rid of the hammer. Okay, so they still need a main tank. They could always swap a Masquerade onto the tank, of course, or they just decide that he wants to play damage, which might result in a pretty fun game. Obviously, on Team WAP, they've been role swapping quite a lot, especially when they thought they were in the lead. But now we got Hanzuka, the little brother of Bazooka, with Brightwing, and we got Garrosh, played by Krankel here. So we got Garrosh and Blaze with a nice flip and a good stun. There's a lot of CC, actually. You can come in with Brightwing and Garrosh, get the first combo going, then Blaze comes in with a jet propulsion, gets a quick hit, and then, of course, you can just follow that up with damage. So Sylvanas for the push. Shimada Brothers again. Ooh, an ETC. Interesting. Didn't quite have him on my bingo card here, but Johan apparently seems to think that this is going to be the correct choice for them. Now, it's good against Garrosh, obviously. So ETC is a really nice pick against Garrosh, just in general. Really can shut him down if you play your cards right. Was always one of the counter picks against Garrosh, but he's not really the main meta tank these days, just to say that. Last pick, we're getting Thrall. Okay, so we're going full smog on this one. And well, that sets us up for Inferno Shrines. So let's go, boys. Inferno Shrines. Pretty interesting setup for the two teams. Yeah, let's see which side comes through and takes the victory. On the left for the blue team, Cure on Blaze. Masquerade is indeed playing Sylvanas. We have Krankel on Garrosh, Dark Druida on Thrall, aka Drakia, and Hanzuka is playing Brightwing. As over to the right side for the red team, it's Zero on Lucio. We got Ayete on Hanzo, Johan on ETC, Philadelphia, Mr. Cream Cheese himself, looking for a bagel and playing Leoric, and we got Lopaka on Genji. Alright, let's get this party going. We got Dawson's Renewal on level 1, and we're getting the Trolling Thunder for Thrall. So, for now, still just a little bit of poke happening in the middle. Everybody is looking around. Johan again with the ETC pick to counter Garrosh. But can he also get the stuns and set up his team for kills? That's the bigger question right now. Already the first flip, and he cannot slide out. This is exactly the combo that I've been talking about earlier. You come in with Brightwing, and then it is the move from Blaze that seals the deal. Yes, you want to slide out after the flip, but if the CC is this well timed, then you just don't stand a chance there. This is exactly the problem right here. ETC gets flipped, then we get the poly, there's a stun, and that is the end of the main tank. Exactly the problem for ETC, and this is why all of that CC that we have for the blue team is likely gonna reign supreme there. So yeah, nicely done. Now, I think he had a bit of a window where he could have actually moved out with a quick power slide. He didn't do it. So next time, I believe he's going to be a bit faster on this. ETC on the money pick. It's nothing better. You have beef that rides a piece of bacon that shits gold. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. Just absolutely glorious. So, yeah. Garrosh with another nice flip. Not over yet. ETC wants to come in, but I really like the kind of plays that they're executing, and they take the camp. Brightwing gets killed, but so gets Genji, so it's a kill for a kill, but they claim the camp and steal it away. Love it. Absolutely love it. Spray game is absolutely on point. Fantastic. Really nicely done here. So yeah, that's definitely a good job too. Level 4 on the board. They have a lead in experience. The blue team starting off strong into this game, as you would expect. I mean, personally, when I look at the names that are playing for the blue team, you would expect them to do well there. They definitely have a couple of heavy hitters, but there's obviously also some serious players on the red team side that could turn this around. With a double Shimadas there, they have a chance to particularly put pressure on heroes like Brightwing, Thrall, and Sylvanas as the objective pops up, so we're going to keep an eye on that. Talking Thrall, he went on level 4 straight into the Frostwolf pack, so we're going to see him try and stack things up as the teams are now playing around their Shaman camp. and attempt to get some more lane pressure going. We got the Crowd Surfer now on level 4 for ETC, and the first cap is up. It should honestly go to the blue team. They have elite experience, they will grab the early level 7, unless of course somebody like Masquerade gets caught and killed. That would very quickly put a damper to it. But for now, they are the ones with the early lead on those stacks. They're getting them quickly, and I would be surprised if the red team can catch up in time. They're spreading onto the map, as you can see on the minimap. There's a hero in each lane just trying to get the experience and pull ahead a little bit, but it also means that they're losing a lot of ground on the objective itself. And this is exactly what's happening here. So right now, we have it all taken. It's a Frozen Punisher, and that should allow them to put some serious damage onto the fort if they play this properly. And that is, of course, the dream. That was honestly a mistake here. Lopaka going down. This cannot happen. The jump procced just in front of the gate, so the Punisher gets extra value. They didn't properly bait him over. They lose Genji. Now they lose ETC. It's a full-on disaster, guys. It is an absolute disaster. That just hurts. I mean, right here, as you can see, the Wolf hits, and that was just a perfect opportunity. Thrall played this so well. He saw an opportunity. He locked him down before the gate, and then they can capitalize on it by proccing the Punisher jump, not baited over the wall. Genji falls. They kill ETC. The fort is destroyed. And now they can go for the fort in the middle. All of this, of course, accelerated by the fact that they're running Sylvanas in the lineup. I mean, Zero barely makes it out with Lucio. The early game, an utter disaster for the red team. An absolute disaster. Now, they can, of course, still recover. There's only a level gap between the two teams, not even. But losing the fort this early and then all the damage that was done in the middle, that's a problem. It just simply is. ETC with another slide. Masquerade, he gets caught and he gets killed. Another kill finally for them. Leo moves out after being flipped over by Garrosh. Blaze is alone at the top lane, and Cure is now able to side lane push. Thrall has to be a bit careful, by the way. So Thrall is currently in a situation where he is sitting at 4 stacks on his level 4 talent, so you don't want to lose those. So Drakia is now going to focus very heavily on hits that he can connect for sure. I don't think he's going to play this risky at all. At least he shouldn't. Another good flip. Lucio. Oh no! Drakia tried to anticipate it, missed it, loses all of his stacks on level 4, but they still get a kill. Still get a kill. They take down ETC. They want beef, and they're getting it. That's going to be a good barbecue. That's going to be a fantastic barbecue. Philadelphia can support them with cream cheese. ETC brings the beef. It's going to be amazing. I'm getting hungry just thinking about it. Sundering. Level 10 abilities allow them, of course, to now easily push in and take another fort down. So that one was well done. And this just hurts. This is utter domination now. 2 forts down, 1 level behind, but there's the heroic abilities. So is that maybe the moment where they can bring it back a bit? They were at least able to take Sylvanas down earlier. Oh, we got the bubble even. Look at that, the sound barrier. No high five today. We are going barrier, baby. Lucio trying to sustain them through those hits. And Meme Strike as well. Meme Strike is in the house. Now, if they make it to level 20, there's going to be some cooldown reduction involved here. Maybe they can even zone them out in on the camp. Can they take this away from them? They're trying. Yeah, nice. There's the Entomb. Where's Hanzo's ult when you need it? There it is. Zones them away. They take the camp, but can they get out without losing anybody? Very quickly, the bunker was set up and now limits the options of particular ETC a bit. Johan finds himself on the wrong side of this fight and goes down to the fort. So yes, they took the camp away, but they lost ETC in the process, who definitely doesn't have a good game here. I said it before, he's not really a meta hero these days anymore. The idea was to play him against Garrosh, and it just doesn't work out as well as they expected. Genji gets killed too, so that's 7 kills to 2 now. The blue team looking quite strong. Picking up those kills around the objective spawn, which is very nice for them too, since it means they will get another Punisher that can then move through the middle and maybe even open the wall to keep itself up. But yeah, 4 deaths on ETC, 3 deaths on Genji. Nobody else has died, by the way. And it initially looked like they did everything right. They went triple Overwatch, what can go wrong, right? More Overwatch, more OP. I mean, Blizzard needs to sell some skins, so of course these heroes are going to be a little bit better. But there's the level 13 talent, so you got an objective. Moo! The goat! Here comes the cow. They get a kill, but it's the red team that picks the kills up. So, yep, they come in. They get the ult from ETC out. Well done. But they only were able to get a single kill. I think they were hoping for a bit more. Can he make it through the gate this time? He can, but he still dies. Down goes Hanzo. He got wrecked. They bait him over, trying to defend against the Punisher. So they're trading kills essentially. Sylvanas against Hanzo. I gotta say, I'm still calling worth it here. If Sylvanas pushes here through, then she can just disable the keep and they get so much more out of it. Now a follow-up kill on Thrall. So the red team is finally starting to get something done. I really like it because at the end of the day, what this means is that they are gaining some ground. They're getting 2 kills out of this. They're defending. They're not losing their keep. The kill on Sylvanas was important. And now they're closing the experience gap slowly. It will help them to get to level 13 because remember, they did not have the same talent here on the last fight. They had to fight into this without level 13 and they still made it happen. Johan with a really nice slide and the ult. Of course, if that's going to be enough to turn the entire game around, that's a different story, but time will tell. They're already working at a potential follow-up kill. Couldn't quite get it. Should probably highlight also that the level 4 ability has still not been fully stacked by Thrall. And Drake was close. He was so close earlier. He was sitting at 4. He could have sealed the deal, but then he tried to judge a little bit where I believe it was Lucio was headed, and that just didn't work out, not even close. So missed it and then lost all his stacks. Has to build them up again. Very likely, of course, attempting for synergy on level 16. That's what you're normally trying to do. But let's see if he's going to pull that one off. Damage output, we got 21,000 for Genji, 17,000 for Hanzo. Sylvanas is sitting at 26. She's top damage in the game. Miles ahead of anybody else on her side. And the pokes are still happening. So once again, half a level to 16 now. They look for that talent advantage, and if it happens around the next objective, then we're going to see the same story play out once again. Going with a talent lead into the objective, trying for Punisher number 3. But then again, right now we got the blue team lying in wait down here. It's a trap! Admiral Akbar says hi, and you know what that is? That's Cure masturbating them down to the bottom of the map. Genji was the one that figured it out though, so okay. They're just poking in with level 16 now, and they can't, yeah, they couldn't kill anybody. Leo's still at the top, but you can tell that they are applying pressure thanks to the level 16 advantage and the big push that they have going here. I don't think they can take the keep down, but just damaging it in and of itself will already be a win. If they can get a kill here, of course, then it's a totally different story. But yeah, Leo is back to business. Meme Strike already out. Honestly, I don't really know if I like this. I think that was a bit hasty from Hanzo, particularly considering that they still have Leo, so they could have waited for the Entomb or at least coordinated it. They need half a level until they get the Shrine, so by the time... Sorry, until they have the 16 talent here. Until the Shrine's up, that should be enough time for them to get that experience and get to 16. We now have them also on the other side with Tempest Fury as a bit more synergy here. For Thrall, we get the Evasive Fire. He went into Barbed Shot, by the way, as his level 7 choice, in case that you haven't picked up on that just yet. Yeah, now the next fight is starting, and the red team doesn't have the talent yet. They're waiting for it. They're looking. There it is, kicking in. That gives us a synergy on Leo with a Royal Focus. And there's the taunt and the kill. They go into the fight. A very quick move. There's a party play by ETC, but it's just not enough. The bunker saves the day for the rest of the team. They're taking 1, they're taking 2, they're going for kill number 3. It's Leoric that falls next. And with 3 heroes eliminated, the bot lane is fully open. Up at the top, there's a camp that pushes, but that's the only thing they got going for themselves. Cure stays with Blaze on the shrine, tries to get the Punisher, but down here, they are making their move for the keep. Now, Crackle has to be a bit careful that he doesn't overdo it, but every bit of damage counts, particularly since the Punisher is, of course, going to travel through the bot lane. The Shimada brothers are the only ones that are alive right now. Brightwing comes in and helps out, and that means the keep's gone. Kua is tapping the fountain real quickly down here at the bottom. But yeah, the Punisher is already on his way. They're fully ignoring the topside push because they're, of course, not even trying to do anything here. They want to end the game. Yeah, ult for Lucio to save his own butt, but Leo is already gone, and this is very likely going to be the final play. They're going to try and bait the Punisher into the middle a little bit further, but Johan is already low, way too low, tries to get out, is in danger, and they're going for the core. Great game so far from the blue team, and they should be able to just finish it right here. Quest completed, 14 minutes in by Thrall. And they get the kill on ETC, on Genji. The core is already losing hit points. The keep in the middle is also destroyed, and that is all she wrote. A dominant victory with 14 kills to 4 by the blue team on Infernal Shrines, as they are locking in an uncontested victory here. 2-level lead, and it's the W for the boys in blue. GG.